Hi, I'm Joe Newcomb, and today's morning musings is Anchor Points. I'm doing a series of daily morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a while ago, and the world has completely changed since then. So if I encounter anything that is out of date, I will give you the most recent information, and at the end, I will summarize the topic based on everything that's going on in the world today. I also have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Anchor Points. I don't read these before I start recording, so I'm reading something that I haven't looked at in 10 or 11 years. Over the years, when I've done readings for couples, I've noticed two types of personalities tend to end up together. One will have the ability to ground or settle in, and the other will have the ability to move forward and change. At first, I thought this was about creativity. You'll find artists being very mercurial, always flitting to the next impulse, but having difficulty completing a piece. I thought they needed someone to be their anchor point in order to bring their ideas into form. But the people who anchor turn out to be enormously creative themselves, often at things that require one to sit and concentrate. Stepping back, it's a matter of energy flow and how one uses one's energy. People who are strongly grounded often feel mired down into their creations. Their strength is in roots. People who can leap forward to the next spark of interest often feel like helium balloons. Their strength is in motion. Together, they're a tree that benefits from reaching towards the sky as well as reaching down into the ground. We usually attract the opposite in order to balance ourselves out. In truth, we have both abilities. The other person is an opportunity for us to enhance that trait within us. I think we're always seeking anchors as often as we seek inspiration. Change is always happening. Life seems to be throwing us never-ending curveballs. Part of us is being propelled forward as part of us is racing to catch up. Our body personalities are seeking security, to be taken care of, shelter and nourishment. We want support and room to grow. We look around trying to find something to hang on to, whether it is a relationship, a job, a house, or a belief system. We hold on to them, expect to rely on them. However, time marches on. People grow old. Relationships either grow together or apart. You outgrow jobs or they outgrow you. Neighborhoods change. Belief systems support you for only so long. What stays constant when everything changes? As with everything we seek, what is constant is inside. We have different names for it. The still, small voice within, inner being, source, universe. The outside is an indicator, just as God is outside and within. Trees, nature, all reflect that energy to us. What is your source of consistency? How do you access it? You'll find that all the material or external things you seek are provided for when you tap into your genuine source. For the next 7 days, take some time each day to tune into your inner wellspring of energy, whatever you call it, however you do it. Try this for the next week and see what happens. This is interesting to me because anchor points were, when I wrote this, still a fairly new idea for myself, in that my original training had anchor points that were really outside, like you would ground to the center of the earth. So the earth and the center of the earth was your anchor point and not your own first chakra, which is where your grounding would originate from. And one of the things I have discovered with going through this consciousness shift, and everything went from being fairly solid and real to being this kind of quantum physics, kind of like one electron exists in two places at once, and sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, and all that kind of strange and interesting reality, is coming to be aware that the only reality for myself is my physical form, which is created as a vehicle through this holographic reality. So when I can have the area at the lower part of my body be an anchor point for me, and honestly, I think that's not a good term because anchor is a physical weight. It's like something you throw over the side of a boat, but it's a touch point. It's a point of centering and being aware in the physical as a energetic being. So when you're aware of this area in the lower part of your body, it can bring your full awareness in. But there's more areas in that too. It's like the center of your head, but it's a general area. Anytime you try to make something, oh, it's over the pineal gland or whatever, you're trying to solidify it in a way that's physical form. And really, it's a place that kind of moves around. So center of your head, your heart, your solar plexus, and then the lower part of your pelvis area are the major focus points that I see now. And yes, we have other energy centers as well, but those are the ones that I use for centering in the body. And when I do that, when I line all that up and kind of collapse the energetic wave between them, it's amazing what happens because pain disappears. And I'm very physically present without all the density and effort that I normally experience when I'm not being quite so conscious. Looping this back to the original part of what I was talking about, which is couples often come together because they're the opposites and they have an opposite way of expressing. But in reality, we all have both of those things within us. When you can energetically shift to bringing your focus from within you, and that everything outside is a holographic reality, except your partner and your relatives, your children, or whatever, are all consciousness themselves expressing through physical form, other players in the game, in this giant online virtual reality that we're in. When you do something like that, it completely changes your reality. And if you've had an experience like that, please leave me a comment below because I love to read your comments. And if you like these videos, please share them with your family, your friends, and on your social media. And please click the like button and subscribe or follow. And that way you're telling the algorithm to get this out to more people, share it far and wide, and reach someone who really needs to see this information. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll give you a drone's eye perspective of what's going on in your life. It's looking at your life as consciousness. And if you want some manifestation techniques, click on the link below to Manifesting Money and Miracles. It's my self-study course. You can go at your own pace. There's 2 different versions you can choose from, and you can learn specific energy techniques to radically change your external reality. And if you'd like to have a personal session with me, click on the link below to private sessions. I offer half-hour and 1-hour sessions, and I take a look at the essence of who you are and what's going on in your life today. Then I can answer any questions that you might have, whether it's about your relationships, about jobs, about money, about if you're going to move, what's coming up in your future. And I can also talk to your deceased loved ones. And it's all recorded just for you. And if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, that is navigating your life as consciousness with the help of some of my consciousness techniques, Manifesting Money and Miracles is a great preparation for my coaching special where I work with you one-on-one and give you specifically chosen consciousness techniques so that you can transform your life. And you can find that at my website, joan-newcomb.com. So go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I will see you tomorrow in another Morning Musings.